Hey guys, this is Jim again. I'm just making a quick video to review the Sunkko 709A. I just got this a couple days ago and it didn't work really very well at all. So I took it apart and I saw another YouTube video in which somebody had added beefier cables. They just added, I think, 2 7-gauge cables for each lead. So it gave me the idea of maybe beefing this thing up to get more power. So this worked perfectly right from the start. It was fine, but even the short lead that this came with, which is this right here, it was maybe a 1.5 feet long. It was just hugely underpowered. It didn't work well at all. So I added 2-gauge EV, electrical vehicle cable that I bought. I can have a link below for you guys. Just took it out of the car, that's why it still has these things on here, and it's actually helped out a lot. The cables as they were way too short, really difficult to work with, but this has definitely helped. It's kind of okay. I'm not too impressed. So there's a few sellers on eBay who are selling this thing, and I got one from, I live in New York, so I picked a seller out of Canada. They were just over in Toronto, and I guess it's the same seller, and depending on where you live, they either ship it from New Jersey, from Canada, or from China, but it's all the same unit. The eBay auction did not say Sunkko and the model number on here, so I was kind of wondering, didn't even know what I was going to get, but I did actually get the same unit that you see everywhere. And so if you order it from them, he was the cheapest seller on eBay. I just went to eBay, did the search, and put them all in cheapest order, and I just bought the cheapest one. They're all the same. So this thing worked about 50% of the time, honestly. Still kind of works maybe 75% of the time, but I mean, it's what we have, and I really didn't want to solder. I'm building a big pack for range extending pack on my 2014 RAV4 EV, which there'll be more videos on later. But yeah, so I needed to build something, and I didn't want to solder all of the cells. I'm going to have about 3,000 18650 cells. What else? So the resistors that I have here, I don't know if you can kind of see them. They're 1/4 watt resistors. I used a link that another YouTuber called Jehu, I forget his last name, he posted them, so I bought them off Amazon. I'll link to that below as well. I got $10 for all of these, so it's quite a few. Should be enough for me. So I got those. What else? Oh yeah, arcing. I have a little list next to me so I don't forget. So one of the problems with this was that these two posts would arc. Sorry, it's not really in focus. So between the point where they get closest to each other, it would arc. So I wrapped it with tape, and that's definitely helped. I tried keeping a pretty good distance between those 2 points, and it would still arc. So something to watch for if you're thinking about buying this unit. Another issue that I still want to work on, this cable is not very long. So this is basically, what is that, maybe 4.5, maybe 5 feet. It really basically has to be within a couple feet of the unit itself. So if I slid this to the back of my bench, it wouldn't work. I might be able to fit the pedal underneath and move some stuff around. Oh yeah, sorry about the workshop. It's totally a mess. I'm not really a YouTuber, and I'm not really looking to make a whole production here. I'm not going to be editing anything, by the way, but I just thought I'd get this out for you guys. All right, so I thought I'd show you a couple settings that have worked for me, and I'll even I have a couple of resistors that I'll try to spot weld and see how it goes. So let's see, it is plugged in. Oh, another thing to watch out for. So I beefed up, let's see if I get some light over here. I doubled up this cable. The cable has a really thin jacket as it comes, really, really thin. So the wire here that is on this is about a 3-gauge wire, maybe 4. It's metric, so I don't know exactly. So I doubled this up and then wrapped it all and taped it. I tried soldering the ends, but it really didn't want to take solder too easily. Then I wrapped everything up, and before I bought any more cable, because this stuff is like $9 a foot, and I just had it laying around. So before I bought any, I just wrapped it around ring terminals that are here, and it actually improved. I thought there'd be too much resistance, but it's actually improved the quality of the work quite a bit. So if you buy this thing, be prepared maybe to buy some cable. I've seen a lot of other YouTubers, watched a lot of videos, and it's worked fine for them. It definitely did not work for me. Yeah, so let's flip it on. Has a nice little work light here, and like I said, this one does work pretty well. So what I found, in order to weld these using the handle, I have put it on those two settings, and I usually have it right around 5.5. And from watching videos, I thought this little blinking dot was the point that you were at on the dial. But it's not. I don't know why it's there. I don't know why it blinks. So don't expect that to turn like I did. So there's a little notch on here that you probably can't see. And that will show you what number you are, what number you're on. So I've got about 5.5. And you can see I've got the first two pulse buttons illuminated. And we'll come over here. I'm going to do this one-handed, so we'll see how I can do. Let's see, we'll try it on this one. So you just push down firmly, tap the foot, and I think that actually stuck. Nope, it didn't. Pulled right off. I'll try it again, see if I can get it there. Sorry, I'm really not good at keeping the camera. I'm just holding my iPhone. So let's give it a try again. No, it just came right off. This thing is really frustrating. So let's try to turn it up a little bit. Go to 6.5. So now we're 6.5 on that dial. Put it right over here. Let's try this again. A big spark that time. It's so unpredictable. I mean, sometimes you have a huge spark, sometimes you have no spark. Let's see, I'm going to lift up the resistor and see what happened. It came right off. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about this freaking thing, man. I got another one set up over here. Let's give this a try. I have noticed different cells definitely require different settings. Some work easily, some don't. Let's get it right on there. Let's see if this one took. See, and this one took. That's totally blurry. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not a YouTuber. But this one took. I'm lifting, holding it right up. So each cell seems to be totally different. Wow, it's so blurry. There we go. Focus a little better. Each cell is different. It's just going to take trial and error trying to figure out if you can make this thing work. I really, really hoped that it was going to work a lot better than this, but it doesn't. Let's try another one. Another huge spark. And that one took. Okay, so I'm at the right setting. No, it fell right off. Yeah, so I really can't recommend this thing. I mean, it's going to take a lot of tinkering, and somehow I got to make this thing work for 3,000 cells. And it's going to be a huge pain in the butt. I really hope I can tinker and get this thing a little bit better. Let's try another one. Yeah, that one held. Sorry, I know I missed the phone there. That one held. Yeah, so just trial and error. I've even tried bumping up and including all of the pulses. And let's try that on this red one over here and see what happens. And from what I understand, that's just the length of the pulse, or how many pulses of current goes through to spot weld this to the cell. Let's see if I can hit the wire. right, so, and that one took. These red ones seem actually to be pretty good right now. All right, yeah, so that's a quick review on this. I don't know, if you're handy, maybe you can upgrade the wires yourself and tinker with it. It definitely takes some work. I'm amazed that people use this for so many different recycled cells, because it seems like each cell requires a different setting. And luckily, I'm buying new cells for my project, and hopefully if I figure out the exact setting for one cell, it's going to be a lot quicker and easier. But there it is. In a previous video, I had also talked about some ground bus bar cable. I know a lot of people on YouTube are just twisting cables together. I posted a video about this, so you can check that one out. But this is 8 gauge, 7-stranded ground wire that is going to be perfect for doing my bus bars. But if you're curious, you can check that video out. I'm at 11 minutes, definitely longer than I thought. But if you have any questions, post below. Like I said, I'm not a YouTuber. This is not professional. But if you have any questions, I'll be happy to help. Have a great day, guys.